What's up, guys? This is Silwolf, and this is my second top 10 films video that I'm doing for Isabella Prusse. This particular video is about the top 10 movies for human/creature friendship. So it's basically films with people who make friends with non-human people. So we start off, as Isabella has requested, with the Willy trilogy. Free Willy, Free Willy 2, and Free Willy 3. Too many E's. About a boy's friendship with an orca called Willy. And you probably know these movies. It's been a long, long time since I've seen them, but I remember the premise for the first one as Willy is in he's been captured and the kid helps to free him. And so he goes back out into the ocean again. They're very nice films. They're quite heartwarming. And the orca in them is very cheeky and fun as well. I think the first one is probably the best, but of course we all know how it is when a film is popular, they make sequels. And it's widely sort of accepted that the first one is by far the best. Also, by Isabella's recommendation, we have E.T. Now, E.T. is about a boy who makes friends with an alien. Now, this alien is also a child of his own species, and he crash lands on Earth, and the boy helps him find his way back to his spaceship by helping the alien to call home. He's called E.T., it stands for extraterrestrial, and again, it's another cult movie that most of you will probably have seen. Fun fact, this movie gave me nightmares when I was a kid. We've got Casper. Now, the film Casper is about a girl and her father who move into a place called Whipstaff Manor. Because her father is a ghost hunter, and so the pair of them move from state to state and place to place, going after ghosts. The fun thing is that the father has never really encountered any ghosts until he moves into Whipstaff Manor, where Casper and his three nasty uncles live. I say they're nasty, they're not really nasty, they're actually more mischievous than anything else. They're kind of naughty ghosts. But they're not horrible, they're just not nice. Casper is the ghost of a little boy, and he makes friends with the daughter of this guy. Her name is Kat, so Casper and Kat form a friendship. Fun fact is the girl who played Kat doesn't actually believe in ghosts in real life. This next one, number 4, is I, Robot. A man unwittingly forms a friendship with a robot to try to solve the crime of the murder of the robot's creator. It all goes quite a bit deeper than that. This is based on a book, and the book is by Isaac Asimov. It's a very good book, I've read it. It's actually a collection of short stories all involving robots. But the film isn't that. The film is kind of its own story, and it's where robots live among people and they're supposed to help them out. But again, people get greedy. As I mentioned in the previous video, people have a habit of doing this in these films. And so the robots have been upgraded so much that they can actually be programmed to turn against people. But the funny thing is that it's not people making them like that. The robots have become so intelligent that the robots themselves are turning against people, all except for this particular one that you see here between Will Smith and his friend. His name is Sonny, and Sonny is Will Smith's friend in the film. So we have number 5. Now, number 5, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my top 10 videos, is Flight of the Navigator. This is a perfect film about the friendship between a boy and an alien. The alien basically abducts the kid because he's doing research, but something goes wrong, so he can't return the kid to his proper time zone. He returns him some years later, and of course the kid's parents and his brother, they're all a lot older than they were, and so the kid really wants to go back to his correct time zone. So NASA has taken this kid, his name's David, to sort of research because loads of stuff's happening with this boy's brain, because he has all these maps in his head that this ship needs. Now, the ship is a Tramaxian drone ship, and it's not a robot, it's an alien, but it's kind of like a living ship. The character you see to the left of David's head, that's Max, as David nicknames him. Max needs these maps to get back home and also to return his other experiments to their own planets as well. I say experiments, but it's more like research subjects. He plans to take them all back. So they both run off, and he wants to drop David off to his parents. But when David gets there, he says that it's just not my time zone, Everyone's all so much older than me. All my friends are all grown up, and so they take the risk to get David back to his own time. The film was made in the 80s and is one of my favourites from my childhood. Number 6 is The Water Horse, and it's set in Scotland, and it's about Loch Ness Monster, and a boy forms a friendship with the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster is the water horse of the title, and they find him as an egg, and so he grows up with the boy. But of course, as always, someone is out to get the Loch Ness Monster because humans and their greed again. So the kid and the Loch Ness Monster have to find a way to, try and stop these people and live in peace again. It's been a while since I've seen that one as well, but it's a good film. The next one, number 7, is Home. Now, Home I really enjoyed when it came out. I went to the cinema 9 times to watch this film. I very much enjoyed it. Funnily enough, I've got it on Blu-ray and DVD, and I have hardly watched it since. But the idea is that this one is about the friendship between a girl and an alien. The alien crash lands on Earth. It's another one of those. Because his species are going to try to take over Earth. So that they're kind of taking over. But this alien, he's kind of shunned by his own species. And while all the humans are being moved out to their own, I think they plonked them all down in Australia or somewhere in like these sort of housing estates. And so all the humans have been moved to Australia. And so the aliens will have the rest of the planet. And so O, which is the name of this alien, no one likes him because he's a bit annoying. And the little girl, her name is Tip, she gets left behind. Her mum gets taken, but Tip manages to hide. And so she wants to find a way to help her mum. And she forms a friendship with this alien because he's also trying to get to Australia. And he seems to think that the other aliens quite respect him, but they don't. Not really. I think actually he does know that they don't respect him, but they form a friendship. So the alien decides to, he's going to help her out, and they have a flying car, and it's all very fun. And again, friendship between an alien and a human. So number 8, Harry and the Hendersons, is about a family who accidentally run over Bigfoot. So they take him back to their house because they're kind of, oh no, what have we done? We better, help him. So they take him back to their house, and of course, just chaos ensues because he's Bigfoot and he's huge and he just breaks everything. The kids find it hilarious. The parents are kind of, pulling their hair out. So they manage to get him back to the woods in the end. And once again, I think someone's after Bigfoot as well. They call him Harry. And there was also a spin-off they did, a TV show, Harry and the Hendersons as well. I can't really remember much of the TV show, but it was just about Harry's life with the Henderson family. And I can't actually remember if the same actors and actresses were in the TV show as the film. But again, friendship between people and Bigfoot. Number 9 is Paul. I love Paul. I think it's a great movie. It stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as a pair of geeks who go to America for a comic convention. And they bump into this alien. And the alien's on the run from the FBI, and he just needs to get to where his ship is going to pick him up. So these two geeks, oh my god, an actual real alien, of course they're going to help him. So they do, and they all form a friendship. They meet some other people along the way, and in the picture here, the one on the left, the lady there, they stay at this caravan park, because they're in a camper van. So they stay at this park overnight, and she's the daughter of the guy who owns it, so she comes with them. And then the lady on the far right is the woman whose Paul's spaceship squished her dog when he came down back in like the 50s or something. So she comes with them as well. So there's also a cameo at the very end by a very famous lady actress who people will know from the Alien films. It's Sigourney Weaver. There you go, I just told you. But it's a very good film. It's just a comedy, and it's a kind of a buddy comedy, but they form a friendship with this alien, so that's why I put this one in. And finally, at number 10, we have Dragonheart, he's a knight, and the last dragon on Earth, obviously set in medieval times, form a friendship. And they're trying to stop this. I think he becomes the king, this guy, but the dragon gave half his heart to save this prince. And so, of course, he's kind of connected to the prince by the heart. But if the prince dies, the dragon dies. If the dragon dies, the prince dies. So because they're connected in that way. So this knight forms a friendship with the dragon to try to stop this now king. He's very corrupt and very nasty, and I believe he's played by the same guy who played Professor Lupin in the Harry Potter films, but he was much, much younger in this one because this was back in the 90s. Very, very good CGI and effects on the dragon. It was very good for its time. And it's a nice film. You know, I quite enjoyed it. And they've done like 4 sequels. And to be fair, I liked the second one, but the rest of them, considering that Draco was meant to be the last dragon, it turns out he's not. Kind of spoils the idea a bit. It wasn't really sequel material, but people like to make sequels to get more money out of, well, us. So that's why they did it. So that was my top 10 of films of humans, aliens, and other creatures and forming friendships together to work together and stuff like that. So I hope you all enjoyed, and that's the end of the video now. As always, check out my New Monday and Etsy stores if you want to see my plushies. I do custom Furby plushies as well if you're interested, or you can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi. It all helps. So that's all for this video. This is Sylv signing off. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome.